Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MTG Traders. My name is Taryn, and this is Jeskai Burn. While I'm on my way to complete rotation-proof decks, I stumbled upon this beauty, Jeskai Burn. This is a deck that builds out your board state and burns your opponent to a crisp at the same time. But before I get into the video, hit the like button and subscribe to MTG Traders for more content like this in the future. Alright, let's go. There are only 8 creatures in the entire deck. We've got 4 Firebrand Archer and 4 Reckless Fireweaver. Thanks to casting non-creature spells and artifact spells, we have a ton of passive damage hitting our opponent, just for playing out our board state. This pulls double duty in draining our opponent and widening our board state for more damage to swing in. And everything else in the deck is either an artifact or things that help artifacts. So let's go through it. We've got 4 Saheeli right here to flicker artifacts, ping our opponent, and make our board state even wider. Saheeli again pulls double duty for us and lets us get in even more damage with this particular enchantment on the battlefield. 4 Anointed Procession are in the deck for token copying and additional damage dealing. Anointed Procession can almost be a win condition for us. It's amazing for us since the rest of the cards in our deck bolster token production and helps kick off our Fireweaver's ping effect. The other spells are this. 4 Shock and 4 Servo Exhibition are here for going wide and pinging damage. The Exhibition with Fireweaver, the Archer, and Anointed Procession all ping our opponent and build our board state to swing for even more damage. Keep in mind that the Archer pings the opponent even if our spells are countered, so against a control deck we're still doing damage to their life total. The other spells in the deck, artifacts. Let's go over it. At the 1 mana slot we've got 2 Renegade Map for mana fixing and turning on Spire of Industry on turn 1. Since we're running 3 colors, we want to make sure we're fixing mana immediately. Renegade Map helps us in that. Moving up to the 2 mana slot we have 3 artifacts. 4 Cogworker's Puzzle Knot, 2 Prophetic Prism, and 4 Servo Schematic. All of these help our archers and fireweavers ping our opponent as well as make our board state go incredibly wide. And that is the main board. Pretty simplistic. Let's go over lands. We've got 4 Inspiring Vantage, 4 Spirebluff Canal, 4 Spire of Industry, 3 Sun-Scorched Desert, 2 Ramanep Ruins, 2 Inventor's Fair, 2 Island, 2 Plains, and 1 Mountain. The mana base seems a bit all over the place, but I assure you it works out just fine for us. And that's why, of course, we have Renegade Map and Prophetic Prism to help us mana fix early. So that is it for the main board. The goal is to play Renegade Map or Shock on turn 1, Archer or Fireweaver on turn 2, Artifact on turn 3 or Saheeli, and Anointed Procession on turn 4. If our opponent does nothing to our board state, we start to go off rather quickly. We want to be swinging in and pinging our opponent as often as we can, so keeping creatures up for blocking is usually for naught. But let's say we're in trouble with large creatures. Let's go over the sideboard. We've got 2 Fragmentize to handle cast outs and any other removal spell or lockdown spell, 2 Chandra's Defeat to deal with red creatures and Chandras, 1 Anointer Priest to help gain life and help us last a bit longer so we can burn our opponent to a crisp, 2 Abrade to deal with artifacts, 2 Disallow for a bit of control against big creatures or threats, 2 Sweltering Suns to fight a larger board state since our goal is to burn, not necessarily attack for the win, 1 Cast Out for extra exile hate, 1 Fumigate to again outlast our opponent, and 1 Insult to Injury to perform a blowout turn where you can inflict nearly 10 damage to your opponent. And lastly, 1 Commit to Memory to handle a mill strategy. And that is the full 75. The deck is coming to a fairly reasonable 77 tickets. Again though, this is rotation proof. There are great cards in Battle for Zendikar through Eldritch Moon that help this deck do a bit more damage more quickly, but that means you'll have to replace those cards once Ixalan releases and the other sets rotate out. But let me know what you think. Love it? Hate it? Have suggestions for the deck? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to MTG Traders for more content like this in the future. I'll see you guys in the next video.